One's got a PhD in rock trivia. The other thinks mixology is a workout. Together, they bring the classics, cocktails, and maybe even a little comedy to classic Rocktails. Each week, they shake and stir legendary rock stories with cocktail chemistry. Because nothing says deep musical insight like tequila, beer, and bad decisions. This is classic Rocktails, where the only thing stronger than the opinions are the cocktails. And here they are, the Bourbon Brothers, Doc and Mac Rocktails.
Classic Rocktails. 100 episodes. That's 100 albums, at least 200 cocktails, roughly 300 arguments that neither of us was willing to lose. We've praised forgotten classics, questioned sacred cows, butchered a few pronunciations, like Curacao. We mixed some spectacular drinks and several that tasted like transmission fluid. We've had questionable opinions, technical disasters, unexpected favorites, and more than a few moments where we probably should have just edited it all out. Sometimes we get asked, hey, do you guys really drink cocktails while you talk? Fun fact, we actually had to re-record an entire episode due to my overconsumption. Each month, audience continues to grow. So tonight we're looking back at the highest highs, the lowest lows, the biggest surprises, and the most ridiculous moments from our first 100 episode. For the cocktail, drop the needle. This is the 100th episode of Classic Rocktails. So I turned to my John Cena lookalike brother, Mac, charming and delightful man that he is. Mac, give us the liner notes.
Yeah, so we're going to do something a little bit different tonight as far as the liner notes goes. Usually I kind of run through what the album is and some facts behind it, but let's talk about the show. First, let's see, how did we start the show?
Oh, how did we start the show, Mac?
We go back to, I think it was like September of 2024 when my idiot friend of 40 plus years texted me to say, hey, I got an idea. Can I call you?
Sounds right.
Idiot Doc calls me and goes, I got this crazy idea. I think we should do a podcast on music. And he kind of gives the format of highs, lows. We're going to have a drink with each one of these.
Yeah.
I thought he was absolutely nuts. And so with that, I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Don't forget the part where I said that we were going to take on alternate personalities.
Yes, sure. Well, you already had that mapped out, Doc and Mac. So
don't act like that wasn't a weird part of it, sir.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. And one of the crazy first ideas of the show that my idiot friend Doc came up with is we're going to cover an album and the podcast is going to be the length of that album.
That was a very creative and ambitious idea, as it turns out. Did that live to even see the second episode? That went out the window fast.
Very fast, because what we found was trying to line it up to the length of the album is kind of like lining up a fighter jet to land in a farm field. It's probably not going to be very easy to do.
We don't know how long we're going to yammer on about stuff.
No.
Come on.
Number of episodes. Considering this is episode 100, that would kind of make it that we've done 100 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, we've done a couple of mini episodes. I think we did a Cheap Trick, breaking news album.
Yep.
We did a Odyssey episode to celebrate that release.
Also true.
And a couple of best of episodes, including some holiday stuff in there as well. So we're probably floating right about 106 episodes altogether, but true album release, this is number 100 for us.
Why did you even undermine it? What are you doing, crazy man?
Albums covered. Well, this is episode 100, but guess what? We've covered 102 albums.
Oh my God.
And I may remind Doc.
Oh my God.
We did the Dueling Beatles, where we had 2 albums.
Yep.
And my complete fuck up when I did the Styx Wrong Album.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, so we had a double album then too. So 102 albums over the 100 episodes. Here's a fun number for you. How many cocktails do you think the two of us have mixed over that 100 episodes?
So cocktails meaning not wine or beer.
Wine and beer can be included in that.
Okay. I'm going to guess each of us 100.
228. And you may ask, how did we get to 228? Because a couple of times the two of us did a shot of beer.
Nice. See, there you go with some classic Rocktails analytics. That's what we like to see. The big man getting involved early. He's running the floor. Oh, he's setting some picks. He's rolling. He's getting some dunks. The big man is going to have a big night. Over to you, Mac.
Big. Hours of music covered for us. So our 100 episodes. How many hours do you think we covered music? So if you've stayed with us since the beginning, I'm about to tell you how many hours you have spent with us.
How long was each episode 100 times?
Mm-hmm.
I like this question, Mac. I'm going to say 500 minutes.
500 minutes. Well, now I got to figure out the whole math behind that. Jesus Christ. It's 90.
Right. Yes. It's like 8.5 hours.
It's 92 and a half hours.
Yeah, my guess was stupid. What the hell was I thinking? It didn't make any sense the minute it came out of my mouth. Oh my God. That's why you're the analytics man.
92 and a half hours. The two of us have been doing this show episode after episode.
Imagine the damage we've done to anyone who listened to all 92 of those.
Imagine the damage we've done to each other.
Damage.
States and countries. So we have listeners everywhere. How many states and how many countries do you think we have listeners in?
States, I'm going to say 46, and countries, I'm going to say 22.
Wow. It is 47 and 22.
I rock at this game.
Very, very good. Before I leave the liner notes, I'm going to take us behind the bar.
Oh,
because these are some data points tied to our drinking issues over the 100 episodes.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. So I've already mentioned that we've had 228 drinks over the 100 episodes. How many different ingredients have the two of us used combined for those 100 episodes? Meaning that if you made a old fashioned, you would have bitters, simple syrup, bourbon. So that's 3. So how many ingredients have we used?
I swear to God, the answer is not nearly as interesting as the fact that you thought of this as a question.
Uh-huh.
Unless Claude or ChatGPT or somebody did this for you, I'm going to suggest you seek immediate psychiatric help.
I've been looking for help all weekend long.
So how many ingredients? Mm-hmm. So was that AI or you?
That was a combination. So I keep a lovely spreadsheet that I dump into AI and it spits out some data for me.
Wow. Total ingredients, I'm going to say 72.
No, slightly over 350 ingredients.
Wow.
Yeah, that's too much. We've got a lot of shit.
It seems like you do peach schnapps every single episode.
Well, I'm glad that's a perfect segue into my next little comment here.
All right.
So what are including wine and beer as separate alcohol, top 5 alcohols used in the show?
I'm going to say bourbon is the clear number 1.
Bourbon is used in 18% of our shows, and it's number 2.
I will say vodka.
Vodka is number 3 at 14.5.
I will say cerveza.
Cerveza beer is number 1 at 20.6%.
I will say tequila.
Tequila did not make the top 5.
It did. You're lying now. You are lying. Because I know it's not gin.
Nope. Gin did not make it either.
Ooh. Whiskey?
No.
Wine.
Wine is number 5 at 7.9%. And you're missing one more.
I crushed this game. Oh, no, I'm done.
Number 4 is rum at 9.2% of our shows.
That's what I said.
Yeah, there you go. So finally, some top 5 of our best drinks that we have on there.
As determined by who?
By me. So, Rum Runner.
You know what? You go data when it suits you, and then you drop it like a hot rock and run away when it doesn't suit you.
Oh, I've got something good for you coming up. So I'm almost done. I'm going to close this one out.
I thought you were a man of honor.
So Rum Runner, Sea Breeze, Martinez. Do you remember your Martinez drink?
Dude, the Martinez.
See?
Going way back.
Old Fashioned and The Last Word, which was another one of your drinks.
Yes.
Some of the most ridiculous drinks we've had seems to always fall in my lap.
Yes, it does.
Harvey Wallbanger. You remember the Flaming Punch from season 1?
Yes. Harvey Wallbanger, correct me if I'm wrong, was Rumors, right?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Well, why don't we all hop in a time machine and go all the way back to season 1 for Fleetwood Mac Rumors and all of Mac's Harvey Wallbanger goodness. I think one of the things you're going to hear is the audio quality is pretty terrible, but that's part of the charm of season 1, isn't it? All right, so let's go back and listen to Mac just unveiling the Harvey Wallbanger upon all the innocent people.
All right, so tell the story, Mac. Tell the kids about what you are drinking.
What drink says late 70s more than a Harvey Wallbanger?
Wow.
Yeah.
Harvey that is the worst choice you've ever had for an album. Go ahead. Explain.
I needed something
That's
from
terrible.
the late 70s. Comes up with that whole really something that just looks and feels 1977. So I've got a Harvey Wallbanger today. Belvedere vodka, orange juice, and vanilla liqueur.
You are welcome, America. Mr. Mac Rocktails, the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
What goes with Fleetwood Mac Rumors? A Harvey Wallbanger? What?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. There goes all our credibility. Shoot Sip Solo Cup for me. It's a sip. I agree. Sweet or spicy? This ain't sweet. This is a spicy album with
and cocaine,
infidelity and cocaine and badness. It's spicy for show. Seasonality, kind of a fall album to me, Mac. And special, hell yes. So Mac, I am drinking me some Merlot. God damn it. Yes, I am drinking Merlot. I'm drinking a very good Merlot, as a matter of fact. Enjoying Stag's Leap Merlot, which I like very, very much. And I think something as spicy and rich and complex as a Stag's Leap Merlot, Mac, it's the perfect thing for this complex fucking album.
Not a bad choice.
Boom.
It's not my choice, but it's not a bad choice.
No, because your choice was a Harvey Wallbanger. I tell you, 5
Back
or
in
10
the
episodes,
70s, that was a
Mac, we
drink.
talked about this podcast would be more fun if people could live bet it. What kind of odds do you think the people could have gotten for Harvey Wallbanger for Fleetwood Mac?
Let's set the stage a little bit because my brother Mac pointed out this was just a dumb idea from the start. It's a dumb idea if you know anything about the podcasting industry, which I have learned a hell of a lot more of those last 100 weeks. Mac, let me throw some podcasting in 2026, sort of the state of podcasting.
Okay.
First, the odds are comically stacked against any new podcasters. There are currently 3 million podcasts on Apple.
Is that a lot?
3 million. 500,000 are active. Of the 500,000 that are active, only about 12% have published in the last 90 days. And of those, half of the podcast creators never make it past episode 3. You know, this dumb idea we had was even dumber once you saw the data. And in terms of just music pods, Mac, There are 50,000 active music pods, half of those US based. And on average, they each post about every 15 days and a podcast being 20 to 40 minutes. Anyone wanting to find us or us wanting to find listeners, there's 50,000 music pods out there, just so you know. Yet, podcasting is growing. Nearly half of American adults consume at least one podcast per week. And 68% of listeners age 35 to 55 listen to at least one a week. People listen to podcasts, but there's a hell of a lot of podcasts out there. We're old white guys. Neither of us came to this venture with any sort of social media followers. I mean, we literally started from nothing. For, podcasters, we're in the top 10% in terms of downloads. Top 10% of podcasts of the 500,000 podcasts out there. We're top 10%, Mac.
That's pretty good.
We're award winning. Mac, did you know that? We're award winning.
I look at the trophy every day.
We have grown meaningfully every single month. There's a hell of a lot of podcasts out there and a hell of a lot of podcast search garbage to get through. Somehow you found us. We're grateful that you did, because this crazy ass idea just might work. What do you say we get drinking?
Let's do it.
All right. So here on Classic Rocktails, even on our special 100th episode podcast, we believe that there's one and only one perfect cocktail to it for our 100th episode, Mac. So your perfect cocktail tonight will be something that you shoot, you sip, or you have in a solo cup.
Tonight, I am going to keep it simple and sip.
What you're sipping, more to the sweet side, sour side, salty side, spicy side, something else?
It is spicy and smoky.
Okay, so what you're sipping is spicy and smoky. Any seasonality or speciality to it?
The drink probably is best in the fall or cool weather, but it is hot as hell here, but it doesn't matter. I am going to enjoy this drink quite a bit tonight. It's one of my favorites. It's one of the oldest drinks in a bar. It is a old fashioned.
An old fashioned for Mac. So for me, again, sometimes we talk about the obvious answer is lazy or the obvious answer is the answer. For me, the obvious answer for a big night like tonight, Mac, was champagne.
I thought about it, but I didn't want to open up a bottle and then have it just sit in the refrigerator for a week.
I plan on finishing this thing. What are you talking about? So I am featuring a bottle of Veuve Clicquot, the distinctive yellow bottle. And it's going to set you back about $70, man.
70?
Yeah, you know what I learned today?
What's that?
The prices of champagne have approximately tripled.
Oh my God.
Champagne prices are crazy. Remember when a bottle of Veuve was like $39 and it was like $70.99. Shit,
oh my
wife
God.
is going to listen to this, isn't she? Damn it.
She is. And you spent the money already. And you said you're going to drink the whole bottle.
Normally we would get to the listening party here. Again, as this is a look back on our previous 99 episodes, let's talk about season 1.
Oh boy.
Heard 5 or 10 episodes of this podcast. You've heard us say, don't go back to season 1. There's a good reason for it. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. But what saved us is the fact that our audio was so bad that no one probably understood what we were saying. I sound like I'm talking through a gym sock. Max sounds like he's talking through a Pringles can. At times, again, we've known each other for 40 years. But at times in that, and we don't script this. I think each one of us has fallen into this model where it's like, yeah, here's the topic and here's a couple bullet points, but that's it. Mm-hmm. We don't script it. But if you go back to season 1, like I was listening to the Van Halen 1984 episode, and it's the most cringy thing you've ever heard. I'm like, Mac, did this sell any copies? And you go, oh, just a few. It was super cringy. So we hadn't really nailed down the format or figure out what worked and what didn't. But more than anything, the audio is an absolute atrocity.
The cocktail that goes best with kicking back in your recliner with your headphones on, listening to Van Halen's 1984, going back in time. Is it a drink that you shoot, you sip, or you have in a solo cup?
This one is very, very easy. I am putting it in a red solo cup.
A red solo cup. Shout out to Toby Keith, the late Toby Keith. All right. Next, the liquid you have in said solo cup, is it sweet or spicy?
For this particular album, probably closer to the taste of water. Neither sweet or spicy.
Neither. All right. You're not playing my game. I understand what you're doing there.
I can't do it on this one.
Is there any seasonality? And there's some albums that are summer albums. There's some albums that are winter albums. Is there any seasonality to this album for you?
This is a fun spring, summer type album. You play with in your car, windows down, listening to it really loud, or sitting on a back porch with your headphones on, listening to. Yeah, there you go. Definitely not a romantic album or an album that you're going to sit there with a nice bourbon in front of a fireplace. That's not this album.
Finally. Okay. So you said solo cup. You said neither sweet nor spicy. You said summer. And is this album the type of album where you would take something special off the shelf in your casa to savor with this album?
100% not special at all.
Love it. All right. Solo cup, neither sweet nor spicy. A summer drink, not at all special. Mac, what do you have in your hand?
It is a Bud Light. 0 calories, and the idea of drinking it is way better than the actual taste.
We apologize to all the good people at Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. We hope that at some point in the future, you'll still sponsor this podcast.
Let me first jump onto the bandwagon of the sound quality, because it was truly atrocious.
Atrocious.
People don't realize, when you're trying to figure out what you're doing, what exactly the two of us, Doc and Mac, are actually doing to make the sound quality as poor as what they're doing. The idiot known as Mac decided that I'm going to go online and get a microphone for my iPad.
Yeah, you dumbass.
Yeah. And so they send this little microphone that you plug right into the port where you charge it. And it's supposed to amplify your sound so that way you could do all of the talking and everything else that you want to do. That wasn't working well.
Did you get that on Temu?
Oh, no, I did not. Amazon. What made it even worse, there was episodes in season 1, and I kid you not, I was sitting in my car at my daughter's swim practice, recording from my front seat of my vehicle.
I forgot about that.
It was so terrible. And it was so hot inside the car. I had my windows open. I'm trying to record a podcast.
Yeah.
What an atrocious thing.
It's really amazing that it didn't sound better. So, that's our thoughts on some of the fun of season 1, but think we're exaggerating? Here you go.
1986. Bon Jovi releases Slippery When Wet. Did it sell any copies, Mac?
Oh, it sure did. How about 28 million copies of Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet?
Wow.
It spent, we'll play a game with you. How many weeks do you think it spent at number 1?
10.
Spent 8 weeks at number 1, but many will say that this was kind of the breakthrough album, not only for Bon Jovi, but for hair bands.
Oh, interesting. All right. We can go into that. Rolling Stone and the Rolling Stone review from 1 to 5 stars. Uber important back in the day. Rolling Stone at times could take itself a little too seriously, be a little holier than thou with its music. I'm going to say Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet is exactly the type of album that they would have looked down their nose at and given 2.5 stars. I'm going to predict 2.5 stars. Matt, what did Rolling Stone give Slippery When Wet?
Well, you're not that far off of it. They didn't love it. They actually gave it a 3.5 out of 5-star rating.
Wow.
So it was fine, but not great.
Second thing we learned. We love doing this podcast. Generally. This is fun. I think we both enjoy this. But we really love it when we listen to an album and the first time through, you just sort of sit back and you're like, oh yeah, it's going to be a good, either because of the music or sometimes it's like, oh, I know exactly how this debate is going to go and this is going to be a lot of fun. What's it like for you starting a week with a great album? And give us an example of one of those.
When we talk through what we're going to cover and we finally land on an album that we really, really like, instantly jump into the album, start listening in the car, going through the album the first time. I think of Thriller. I think of Train with Save Me San Francisco as a couple of examples that I already knew that I was going to enjoy this. Mm-hmm. Like Thriller, I haven't listened to in probably decades. And then I sat down and I go, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I enjoyed that. I really like that. You go through a couple of different times listening to it and the level of enjoyment on those particular weeks continue to go up each time you listen to the album more and more.
An example of that for me was Bryan Adams' Reckless.
Oh yeah.
And I loved that album in high school. You and I have done 100 of these now, and we know that how much we loved it in high school really doesn't matter much about whether we love it now. Bryan Adams' Reckless for me, going back to that, it's like this album is damn near no skips. This is an amazing album. This is going to be a fun week on the podcast. So for me, it was Bryan Adams.
It's a good one. It's a great album, great week. I did not own that album like you did and was not a big Bryan Adams fan. But boy, that was a great album as you go through that.
Really? There's not a bad song on it.
No, it's pretty strong from start to finish.
Are you masturbating your microphone right now? What the fuck are you doing?
No, I am not. I bumped into it with a towel.
Another great example of this, just at the first listen, you're like, oh, this is going to be a great week, was the Mellencamp Scarecrow album, which was our first episode that we intentionally tried to keep clean and tell everyone it was clean. So that made it interesting for us in its own right. But let's hear what the Mellencamp Scarecrow episode sounded like.
Rain on the Scarecrow is a home run to start this album. It's a spectacular start to the album.
Mellencamp takes it deep. Oh, it could go out. Home run, John Mellencamp, right on the Scarecrow.
It perfectly sets the stage for what you're going to hear over the next 45 minutes. It's well written, really good drums, hits all the points for me. With this being said, the album has numerous high points that I really didn't remember.
Yep.
That I really like some of these songs, like even Minutes to Memories.
Yeah.
I was listening and going, holy crap, this is good. I really like this song.
And Face of the Nation.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that is a bleep and great song. Wow. And it was like I had completely forgotten about that song. This was a fun week going back to Mellencamp.
Yeah, you bring up something there with going back and remembering some of these songs that maybe we haven't heard in many, many years. Our ears are different now. And when we were in 85 and 86 and 87 listening to this album, we would skip around to the different high points of Rain on a Scarecrow, Lonely All Night, you name it. Now we're listening to all the songs and kind of breathing in the entire album. It's just really, really good. Made me very happy this week.
This is Mellencamp's masterpiece. And it's like, if you're in the business long enough and you're going to achieve a level of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or whatever the level is. I feel like you need a masterpiece. You need Purple Rain. You need Pet Sounds. You need Born in the USA. It's like to get all the way to the top of the mountain, you need your masterpiece. And I don't know that I would have assumed that this qualified before this week, but it qualifies. I mean, this is Mellencamp going, hey, let me just paint you all a picture about what it's like to be in the Midwest and specifically in the agricultural Midwest. If there's a false note on this album or a misstep, I don't know what it is. You know, I think going back to him this week, it's like, well, hold on. He had a good run. I mean, he's no victim. He had a good run. He sold some albums. I don't think his next generation or two is going to have to worry about money. So no, I think he's fine. I think he's where he belongs, but I don't know, Mac.
I just think of, and I'm not trying to compare the two, but I'm going to right now. I think of if Bruce Springsteen goes out on tour, Bruce Springsteen sells out whatever arena he goes and plays at. Mellencamp in the same time period probably stayed right with Springsteen on the number of albums sold, things of that nature. He would probably struggle to sell out a 10,000 seat little, theater in cities.
So many thoughts, Hoss. So many thoughts. I mean, yes, that's true. But if Springsteen is your yardstick, 99% of the people are going to fail. And
yeah, but who's his comp? If you think about Mellencamp, who's the comp? It's Springsteen, right?
No. I mean, if the comp is Springsteen, everyone loses. I mean, Springsteen's the top of the mountain, but I don't know if it's the comp.
Hey, I'm just asking questions here.
You and I both enjoy this album very much. Many high points. It ain't perfect. If there's a low point, what is it?
So I'd like to start this section by just saying, and I'll keep it very clean, family friendly this week.
Don't do it.
What the heck is Grandma Theme?
No. I am going to go full Richard Gere and Officer and a Gentleman on you. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I got nowhere to go. Don't you dare.
I'm not saying it's my low point. I'm just asking, what is it?
I will DOR your ass out of here, Lou Gossett style. Don't you dare go in on Grandma's Theme. Don't do it.
Both probably been the guy to complain and bitch and moan, they don't make music for me anymore, right? And doing this podcast, we've realized there were albums that we missed in real time, either because we were simply too young for it, or in some cases just because we weren't into it, we missed it. Those have been some really fun episodes, the ones we missed in real time.
And that's what makes this show so incredibly fun to do now. Occasionally we run into an album that completely missed. I had two on my list that just jumped off the page to me as I'm looking back through the episodes. One, and you're going to laugh at me, it was Loverboy Get Lucky. Like, I had no expectations of this album whatsoever. And I had so much fun listening to it. It was so bad at parts. It was great. And it's just one of those things that you go, as a kid, 13-year-old Mac would have dismissed that album in a hot minute and walked away from it.
Yeah.
But all these years later, man, I appreciate that album way more than I did back in the day. The easy answer is Working for the Weekend. My answer, though, for the high point, it's When It's Over.
All right.
Has a direct connection to my low point for the week as well.
I'm very confused. Go ahead, Mac.
This song is essentially having that moment at 3 a.m. where you figure out a tough relationship is over and there's no coming back, and telling her you'll be there for the rebound. It's a fun little 80s style synth heavy rock song. And I like the Mike Reno vocals on this one. Like it a lot.
Hold on, sir. I don't think I ever realized that's what that song was.
No, yes, it was.
Holy shit. It's all right. You can break up with me. I'll be here when you get back.
Oh, no. You got it the wrong way. It's, hey, baby, it's okay that he's left you and he's not coming back. I'm here for you when you need me.
Oh, well, that's less interesting. Back to you, Mac. Albums we missed in real time. Couple examples of that for me, Mac, also lead me to my take of the week. You're going to like this take of the week.
Oh, I like it.
Two that both fall into the bucket of we're probably just too young. Bad Company's self-titled debut album. And Lynyrd Skynyrd, pronounced Leonard Skinner. Those two albums I had no history with. I was aware of a few songs off of each album, but really had, no opinion. Both albums absolutely blew my hair back. Mac, that leads me to my take of the week. You ready for this? You better buckle up.
I'm sitting back and drinking right now.
My take of the week, Mac, is that 60s music generally probably gets more props than 70s music. 60s music, Beatles, Stones, The Who, all of them, Beach Boys, I think are generally considered over history to be better than the 70s. My take of the week is that this is backwards. How about this, Mac? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Fleetwood Mac is better than the Rolling Stones.
Ooh.
The Eagles are better than the Beach Boys.
Okay.
Skynyrd is better than The Who. Oh, how do you feel about that one, Mac?
Ooh, that's really stepping out there. I think there's a lot of listeners at home right now going, are you sure? Are you sure?
What? I think I'm sure.
I do agree with you that I think the 70s in general, like when we cover a 70s album, I generally get excited to cover it because one, the B-side stuff I usually have never heard, but it seems like rock in the 70s was generally missed because when you talk about the 70s, what do you usually talk about? Disco. And so I think there's a lot of bands, big bands, Eagles, Heart, my guy, Alice Cooper, that were all missed in the 70s because people kind of dismissed it as the decade for disco.
So albums we missed in real time with that 70s focus. Let's listen to a few examples of this, shall we? All right, here on Classic Rocktails, as you likely know, we believe that there's one and only one perfect cocktail to pair with every iconic album, like Lynyrd Skynyrd's debut, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd. Mac, I just want to point out again, this album quite literally has a song called Poison Whiskey. I don't expect that all the Steves out there are going to know the lyrics to the song, so I'm here, Doc Rocktails, to provide a public service to you. These are the lyrics of the song Poison Whiskey. Daddy was a Cajun, raised on Southern land, and so my kinfolks tell me was a street fighting man. Well, they rushed him down to see the doctor. Hey, doctor, won't you check his head? The only thing was wrong with him was Johnny Walker Red. Drank old poison whiskey till it killed him dead. So, Mac, the drink that you'll be pairing today with this album will be one that you shoot for having a solo. I've looked forward to that all day.
So I'm going to go with the solo cup this week.
The solo cup this week for Mac are featuring at your listening party in that solo cup. Something more to the sweet side, spicy side, sour side, whatever side.
It is not sweet or spicy.
I didn't ask what it wasn't.
Well, give me the option of the S's. I don't have an S for you on this one.
Any seasonality or speciality to consider?
This is a perfect summer album. And I would tell you, it's not special, but it's another S. I'm going to say it's a staple for classic rock.
Wow.
You like that, don't you?
I'd like time to process it, but it's a podcast. That wouldn't be that interesting. Go ahead, big man. Tell us what.
Doc, tonight's album isn't some buttoned up wine night. You've given us your shot and a glass of wine bullshit.
Shot and wine.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It's a night at Mac's Broken String Saloon. Oh, sweaty, loud, and a little reckless. Tonight's perfect drink to serve at a listening party. I've got it. 1970s all day long. Boom. Right now, PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. It's cheap, cold, and always down for bad decisions. You crack one open, Freebird starts stretching out, and suddenly everybody's feeling 10 pounds lighter and twice as bulk.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh, yeah. It's not classy, but neither is Simple Man.
All right. So another thing that we've sort of learned doing this podcast, there are albums where the theme just sort of grabs the wheel and takes over for the week. One of the things that we've noticed doing this podcast is that the episodes that we seem to enjoy the most or that we feel work the best are the ones that sort of land on a theme. And sometimes the theme, again, just sort of grabs the wheel and takes over. Mac Rocktails, I bring you Cock Rock. That was one where Billy Squier, Don't Say No, the first listen through that album, I'm like, that's it. I know what this week's going to be about. This week's going to be about cock rock.
And it was a great listen too. When you start to listen to Billy Squier and the lyrics and the music that's tied to it, cock rock was a real thing and is a real thing.
Did you know that the stroke actually has nothing to do with sex or double entendre or anything like that?
I did not.
It is actually about having to play the game in the music industry. So I had read that, this is actually a takedown of the music industry. I'm like, really? And I listened to it and then went and read the lyrics. It's like, oh, fuck. I thought it was about jacking off.
Listened to the song this week alone probably 50 times. And each time I walked into it with a thought that this is a sexual innuendo song.
Yep.
And never picked up once that it was a giant FU to the industry.
It's a giant FU to the music industry. And you know what? Subtlety and social commentary on a Billy Squier album? What?
That doesn't sound like cock rock.
It does not sound like cock rock. Mac and I have known each other 40 plus years. If you've ever known guys, they fuck with each other. Early on in this podcast, I found that, one of my favorite features that wasn't planned, it just sort of came up organically, but it came up in probably the third or fifth episode. It was early days, but it was the question Mac's not expecting, which then morphed into the game Mac's not expecting. I have to tell you, some of these weeks, as we're sort of getting ready, the funnest part isn't the music. It's, I got a great game Mac's not expecting. So 2 examples of that I'm particularly proud of, Mac. For Motley Crue, we had the top 10 dumb, horny boy songs. Thought that was a good one. And for Stapleton, we had the game Booze, Weed, or None. What is this song about? Is it booze, weed, or none?
Bringing your spouse to work day is never a good choice.
I don't think that's a thing. I think you're making it up.
Not a good choice.
So Mac, one of the things that you and I have talked about in the past is, we do this classic Rocktails show where, to be honest, we celebrate alcohol in all its positives and all its negatives. We also celebrate happiness, both, artificial and non-artificial. I don't know that there's ever been a more perfect album for classic Rocktails.
Huh. Okay. Please explain.
This album should be our theme album because, Mac, I have a second question you're not expecting. Your first question you weren't expecting. Clearly you weren't expecting because you pretty much threw up all over yourself. But we're going to give you a second chance.
I like it.
The second question Mac is not expecting. Mac, I'm going to go through this album song by song.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me if there's a reference to booze, weed, or none.
Ooh, okay.
Booze, weed, or none. So does the song Traveler have a reference to booze, weed, or none?
I'm going to say booze.
This second question Mac's not expecting to be very different than the first one. Song 2, the amazing, I would add editorially, Fire Away. I love that song.
It's a very good song.
Booze, weed, or none?
Booze.
Man, Rocktails is on fire. All right. Tennessee whiskey.
Let me go with booze.
Mac is 3 for 3. Oh, the man's on fire. All right. Parachute.
Ooh, it's definitely booze.
It is booze. Oh, Mac is 4 for 4. All right. How about whiskey and you?
Let's go with booze.
It is booze. Mac is 5 for 5. All right. How about When the Stars Come Out?
Ooh. I am going to. When stars come out.
Choose booze.
I'm going to go with booze.
Booze it is. All right. How about Daddy Doesn't Pray Anymore?
Booze?
None. What are you f***ing monster? What are you talking about? Oh my God. Daddy doesn't pray anymore? He thinks about booze, you monster. All right. How about Might As Well Get Stoned?
Weed.
Oh, wah. It's about booze and weed. No. You know what?
Oh, you son of a...
I don't care what anybody says. AI is a good thing. It allows me to research like this. All right. We got to focus, Mac. Play like a champion today. All right. So Might As Well Get Stoned was both alcohol and weed.
Okay.
All right. So the song, again, the criminally underrecognized, was it 26?
Booze.
Oh, it's booze and weed. We'll give you half credit. How about The Devil Named Music?
I'm going to go with booze.
Booze and weed, half credit. Outlaw State of Mind.
I'm going to go with weed.
Booze and weed, half credit. So, Mac, but I think overall, you went on like a 6 for 6 shooting binge at the top. Well done, Mac Rocktails. Well done. So, again, is there a booze or weed reference in this song? The answer is yes, generally, on this album. And you know what? No judgment from us.
No, it's still a great album.
It's a great album. Let's cut to the chase, Mac. I think we've covered it, but does this album hold up?
Come on. Hell yeah, it holds up over time. Never been a big fan of country, but this album is country with a ton of rock and a shitload of swag.
Any games you felt were particularly memorable, Mr. Microphone Masturbator?
Sorry, I had to cough for a quick moment.
All right.
A couple of things came to mind as we're going through talking about games in general. And at this point, we do them almost every week. There's a couple of trivia games we have a little fun with. Really enjoy doing those. I think it's the fun of doing trivia, but it's also trying to embarrass one another with these trivia questions. Everybody loves You Know Doc, or You Don't Know Doc in your case.
I mean, either way, they love it.
That's a great one. And then in particular, the other one that I had a lot of fun with, and we've gotten a lot of response from, is things we had preferred to do other than listening to a particular album. And the beatdown that we gave to Phil Collins is one for the ages.
We said we were going to be, a little fair, a little even, a little balanced on Phil Collins. I think we just talked about 5 things that he's amazing at. We forced ranked him. Mac, he's fine. But Mac, I got to say it. This may be the least satisfying album we've done yet. I won't say the worst, but what I will say definitively is that I did not enjoy it. So what I thought might be fun is if you and I did the top 10 things that we'd rather do than listen to this album again. And, we'll just go back and forth. Give me one of yours. What's one of the things that you would rather do than listen to Phil Collins? No jacket required. But go ahead, Mac. What's something you'd rather do than listen to this album again?
I have recording this show with you.
That's hurtful. Why are you always hurtful?
Very hurtful. Hey, you're ahead of Phil Collins.
Is that one of your 5?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. All right. So one of the things that I'd rather do than listen to this album again, Mac, I think both you and I have a little bit of experience with that most American of institutions that we call divorce. I'd rather go through a divorce.
Perfect.
Again than listen to this album. And divorce, I think it was Petty or somebody, maybe it was the Eagles, terrible band name. I don't remember who it was, but they're like, oh, it was the Eagles. I know all of your secrets, baby. You know all of mine. It's like, yeah, you know what? Somebody who knows all your shit, you know all their shit. Let's go ahead and try to be fair to one another when we're distributing assets.
Works out really well.
Divorce is awesome.
Really well.
And as awesome as divorce is, I'd still rather go through divorce and listen to this album again. Back to you, Matt.
My next one on the list, watching White Sox baseball.
Oh, you know what? You got to keep it within the realm of possibility. You got to keep it a little realistic. That one's way too far out there.
All right, up to you.
I was thinking about it. Rather than listen to this album, I would rather accidentally bite my own tongue really hard. I think I would enjoy that more than listening to this album again. Back to you, Mac.
I started thinking of filthy, nasty places to go, and my mind immediately went to all-you-can-eat buffets.
Are we talking at your local like Residence Inn, or are we talking Golden Corral?
Oh, Golden Corral. Anything
Golden
like
Corral.
that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Bad.
All right. So for me, you're a successful man of the people living in suburbia. I'm sure at some point or other you've flipped the garbage disposal switch just to hear it go, and there's something stuck in there. And you gotta, very important fact, turn off the electricity to it. But then you got to reach your hand down in there to find the chicken bone or whatever that's stuck in there, clogging everything up. And there's all this muck and grossness all around your hand, your fingers, reaching your hand down in there into the garbage disposal. I'd much rather do that than listen to this album again. Yes.
Wow. All right. My next one. Hitting your finger with a hammer after missing the nail.
Oh, that hurts, Mac.
Much better than listening to Susudio.
And see, you have no way of knowing this, but I swear to you, this is a true story. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to text it out on X to everybody after we release this episode. I'm currently looking at my thumbnail where I have regrown half of a thumbnail from nailing my thumb with a hammer in much the way you just explained. I'm telling you, I'm going to send a picture out of my nail that is regrowing.
Still better than One More Night.
I can't wait forever. I can wait forever to listen to this album again. All right. So one of the things I'd rather do than listen to this album again, Mac, true story. I had a vasectomy. Then I had the vasectomy reversed. Long story, Mac. We don't have time for it here, but vasectomy reversal. And for the last hour of the vasectomy reversal, the drugs wore off. True story? Absolutely true story. So for 1 hour, I had somebody doing micro sutures on my sack with no drugs.
Perfect. Sounds great.
It was successful. One of my daughters is here as a result. But vasectomy reversal where the drugs wore off, I would rather do that again than listen to this album again.
Well, speaking of your balls, my last one on the list.
Oh, God.
Accidentally sitting on your own balls.
That hurts. That hurts a lot. And you have shame to go along with it.
Oh, 100%, because then you got to explain why you just jumped up like
exactly.
that. You did.
What are you doing? Never mind. All right, Mac. So there's only one more. Something that I would rather do than listen to this album again. I think certainly every male homeowner can relate to this, and probably most female homeowners as well. Easy for me to say. You set a mouse trap in the garage, catches a mouse, but the mouse isn't dead. Just a live mouse trapped there in the mouse trap. And you got to finish it off.
and how would you finish it off?
Poorly. It's not fun, Mac, but it's more cruel to just leave the mouse. So you got to finish that mouse off, right? So there's a mouse in the mouse trap. It isn't dead. You got to finish it off. I'd rather finish off that mouse than listen to this album again.
Wow, we've gone really dark.
Well, Mac, let's talk about the future. 100 episodes already gone. Looking forward to the next 100 episodes. We've got a couple minor format tweaks we're looking to make, a sexy new logo coming. I think more than anything, though, is our desire to make this interactive. We love when people tell us we're full of shit. Some of my favorite tweets or DMs on Twitter are you out of your damn mind? Did you really say this? Love it. So, everything we can do to make this more interactive, I think that's what I'm looking for, Mac.
Look, we've always tried to make this interactive, make this a listening party and just not listeners listening to the two of us ramble on for an entire hour.
I think what we were hoping would make us different, neither one of us is musicians. We love this stuff. Hopefully we can talk about it in a way that makes people love it too. We love the stories, all the stories of the crazy ass bands making this music. This has been a fun look back at our first 100. Looking forward to even more goodness in the next 100. But Mac, any final words for your vast army of admirers out there?
Continue to listen. Continue to help us grow the show. We love doing this. We love being on here. We try to keep up every single week to give you something new every week. And we love the fact that you continue to join us. So thank you, all of you. And we look forward to the next 100.
Actually, I want to double down on what you said. Hey, everybody. This is your friend, Doc. We don't charge you for this. You've gotten, so my brother Max said, 9,000 hours of podcast goodness for us. How about a birthday present for your buddy, Doc? Just recommend us to 2 people. That's all you got to do. Just recommend us to 2 people. Just forward one of our nonsense tweets with the link in it, but just, help us build this out. But Mac, oh my God, it's getting late. Let's get out of here.
See ya.
See ya.